Warner Brothers has finally announced officially the Nightmare on Elm Street 4K collections, and as a lifelong fan, I have some thoughts.
Talk, shop, pop, movies.
Oh, hey there, this is Derek, the Convicted Cinephile, and if you're a convicted cinephile yourself, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel down below. On my channel, I like to talk, shop, and pop open, that is, movies and physical media. And like I said, they officially showed the images of the Nightmare on Elm Street set. They've been throwing around to be announced bullshit AI images that I haven't bothered saying anything about because they were obviously temporary and or fake, which was the case. So today they finally unveiled the actual artwork. It is available for pre-order on Groove and Amazon, respectfully, but we'll get more into that. So they have the standard 4K 7-film collection, and then the Steelbook collection. I'm very happy with one, and I'm extremely disappointed with the other. You could probably guess which is which, but let's just start with the Steelbook set. I just wanted it to be, especially since it was released by Warner Brothers, just like the Superman 4K collection, which I also believe was an Amazon exclusive. I have it right here. It's one of the few big steelbook sets like this that I pre-ordered because I love the Superman movies with Christopher Reeve, and shows you a little bit about the inside of it there. I did a whole video unboxing of this a couple years ago when it came out. Take this weird-ass thing off of here. I don't know why I even kept that, but, you know, we're all weird. So I'll show images of the Nightmare on Elm Street set 2. It is essentially just Freddy's striped sweater, as far as we can tell from the images they put out, which I love. It's very sleek. It's very simple. Just like this, it's actually more simple than this even. The Fortress of Solitude with the giant translucent-esque S, saying the Superman collection or what have you on there. It's just like that in concept. And that's what I wanted. I wanted it. It could have had cool movie Scream Factory-esque artwork all over it or something like that. And that would have been great too. But just something simple like this is all I needed, because all I wanted it to have, like the Superman set does, is the original poster artwork on each of the steelbooks. This is exactly what I wanted from the Nightmare on Elm Street set. And it looks like that's what we're getting. Splendid. The only downside to that is, before they even bothered putting up the actual artwork or whatever, they have the pre-order, and then it's allegedly, as of this moment, already sold out, which sucks for regular Joes like me who don't buy a ton of new stuff at the moment. And I want to know what I'm buying before I splurge $150+ on something, even though it's something I know I love because I grew up watching the Nightmare on Elm Street films. It was my first horror franchise, as I always say. It's not necessarily my favorite anymore, but it's probably in second place, to be honest. I grew up watching these. I rented every single one of them and watched them with my sister and my cousins at my grandparents' house when I was a kid. I was like 9 years old, probably, when we finished watching all these movies, because it was right after New Nightmare came out in 1994. I would have been 9 years old. So I was maybe 10 when we finished watching all of them. So I love these movies. They've been a part of my life for 30+ years now. So when I saw this artwork, and I'll show it if I already haven't, of the steelbook set, it has all the glorious posters as each individual steelbook. That's what literally everyone wanted. They could have made the outside of the box completely black and just say a Nightmare on Elm Street collection, and if the steelbooks were like this, it would have been fine. But they took a clever Freddy striped concept to the box, and I love it. There might be more detail to it than we can see, but I'm happy with it. I love this steelbook set. I would love to pre-order it right now, but I can't because it's already been sold out before we even knew what the fuck it looked like, and it's annoying. But I'm very happy with it. I hope that I can get it. I'll just say that. But, reaching over here, the part that pisses me off is the standard 4K set. It's definitely better than the Blu-ray set, which has the fancy slip case, as we all love, and it's like the size of essentially a standard Blu-ray, where it has 2 movies per disc, with the exception of the first one, I believe. Every other one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, are all on their own disc, so you got 2 movies per disc, which it looks fine. It's like it's passable. For what I paid for this, it's fine. I got it for like $20. 8, 9 years ago. I don't even remember now. I think it was like $20 on Amazon still, like last week. So for what it is, it's a great deal. I'm not going to poo-poo this set for the price they're selling it at. What I will poo-poo is the new one, which I'll show images of as well. The front artwork is very boring, but it's still a little better than that. I'll give it credit. It's just a basic like red and black picture of Freddy. It says Nightmare on Elm Street 7 film 4K collection. No Blu-rays, digital copy, 4K discs only. But every movie is on its own disc. Great. That's all. That's out of the two things we wanted. That was one of them. Individual steelbooks with the posters on them. One movie per disc. Good job. Good job, Warner Brothers. Good start. Worst case scenario, you didn't fuck that up. But the disappointing thing is that it's essentially the same kind of set as this from what it looks like. It's got to be a little thicker because it's like 2 discs more. So it's a little wider. They have the little like cock to the side angle of the image where it looks a little wider than a normal case. Props for making it a dark red case. That is neat. But for $100, a little set like this, even if it's 4K, I got all 7 movies here for $20. I love these movies. I've watched them probably a dozen times each, some more so than others. I don't want to spend $100 on the chintziest possible package for this thing. They could have just released, like they did for Superman, a standard 4K set with individual cases. The Superman one sadly did not have the original poster art on those, but it was passable. They could have easily just done a standard 7-disc, 7-case box set, and that could have been $100, and I probably would pre-order that right now. But I'm not going to spend $100 essentially on this in a red case. That's all I'm simplifying it, obviously. But that's just kind of what bugs me as someone who's loved these movies for 3/4 of my life and then some. It's the final franchise, big horror franchise, essentially, to get a respectable box set, especially on 4K. There's no big Friday the 13th 4K set, but that Blu-ray set is so gorgeous that no one's going to complain at the moment, and they are releasing them slowly on 4K, so that's something. I'm happy with that 4K, or the Blu-ray Friday the 13th set. Unless they release the coolest thing I've ever seen set on 4K, I'll probably never buy those movies again in my life, to be honest. Same goes for the Halloween 4K Scream Factory Blu-rays. I have the Blu-ray set from 10 plus years ago. That is perfect. And now I have all those 4Ks. I love the Halloween franchise as well. And I think I'm good on those for the time being. I don't need to buy Halloween ever again in my life until that thing just stops working. But these Freddy movies, I like Freddy more than I like Halloween and Friday the 13th. I'll just put it that way. And I always have. Halloween was my favorite movie for a while. But over time, I still love the franchise overall. Definitely more of Nightmare on Elm Street than the other two. So not having a good second tier option, I guess, to put it nicely, kind of bums me out, because for $100, which isn't a god awful price point, like I thought seemed like way too much, but when you do the math, it's like $14 a movie on 4K, which is okay. That would be a good price if it was a good box set with individual cases for all 7 movies. As a lumped together piece of crap like this, that's probably going to have busted hinges in it when it arrives at your house, $100 is a little steep for me. Let me know for you if it's, you don't care, whatever, good for you, I'm happy for you. But for me, that's a little steep. So because of them making this chintzy little box set, and assuming I can't get the Steelbook set anymore, I just don't care unless this thing drops in price or that Steelbook set comes available again, which it probably will. I have lost all urgency of buying this standard set, essentially. If they give you an option of, here's exactly what you want for a little more money than you want to spend, but it's kind of reasonable. This Superman set was like 130, 40 buy, I don't remember, in that 125 to 140 ballpark. And I pre-ordered that because I love these movies, and this thing is perfect. The Nightmare on Elm Street set, I think I heard people saying it was like $170. I can't remember exactly when I checked last. Considering there are a couple more movies in the set, that's a reasonable difference, given the fact that they're individual steelbooks with the gorgeous poster art on them. I would have sprung for that. If I'm given the option, I will do that. But if that thing's sold out forever, which it never is, let's be honest, the Superman set sold out, and now they're re-releasing it again, like within the next month or something. So good for you, for people who missed out. I'm glad. Like I said, there's no urgency now for me to want to buy the standard set. If they would have released it exactly like Superman's individual case box set, I would probably pre-order that for $100 right now, just because I want it so bad. I love these movies. But when they release something like this for your upgrade, I will happily wait 2 years for it to be 50% off and get it for 40, $50 or something like that for what it looks like. I'm just bummed. The poor man's option, let's say, is so shitty in comparison to the great one. And yes, there is a good price difference, but there's no collectability factor at all to the smaller box set. At least the Superman one was a nice box with individual cases and etc. This one is just like, and by the way, here's this $5 bin Walmart triple pack bullshit case. Am I the only one who feels that way? Let me know. All in all, I'm happy they're all finally coming to 4K. The original one had its individual 4K for its anniversary because these are finally late to the party, but hey, they're here. Yay. It's coming out in September. I want to say 23rd, if I'm not mistaken. So you can pre-order the standard version on Groove, like I said, for $100. The other one appears at the moment to be an Amazon exclusive, at least in the US, but it is not available at the moment, as I've said repeatedly. But it has a couple really cool things about it. I'm just going to look at the blurry ass picture of the back of the standard case because that's what I've got. It has the theatrical and uncut versions of the original, which I don't know if I've seen the uncut version. Like, is it on here? I honestly don't know. That I think might have been new for the 4K because it doesn't appear to be on here. I don't remember ever watching an uncut version of the original film, so that's cool. And the most important thing everyone wanted was the unrated version of Nightmare 5, which this apparently is going to have. So that's probably the coolest thing about this set, as like what's unique to it, is that it's going to have the unrated and theatrical cuts of Dream Child, which I'll be honest is my least favorite of all these movies. Yes, I like Freddy's Dead more than that because at least it's funny and it's like a so bad it's good kind of movie. Dream Child, just I don't know, something about it. It's not as good as the fourth one and it's not as fun as the sixth one, so it just kind of brings it down a notch. I still enjoy it. Watching an unrated cut of that might bring it up a couple notches, let's just put it that way. So that's a very cool feature to have on here. I'm excited to have all these on 4K finally. I do go through these movies at least once every 2 years, I'd say, on average. I like to binge them, or at least watch one or two of them. Typically the Nancy trilogy, as everyone always loves. I love the second one now. I've grown to love that over the past 20 plus years after the first time I watched it when nobody liked it. Just like Halloween 3, it has become a fan favorite, which I love because I really like part 2 now. It's probably my third favorite of all these movies at this point, which is saying something. But yeah, am I the only one who's bummed about like I said, the poor man's collection? Why couldn't they have just copied and pasted the Superman collection like they sort of did with the Steelbook set? It's so perfect. Why can't they? They could have just made that. Like, people who give a shit and love these movies and are collectors would love to pay whatever it was, 150, 175 bucks for this awesome Steelbook set. Anyone who loves these movies enough would, especially like horror collectors, because they'll buy anything, especially the crazy ones. I don't think I'm one of them, but maybe I am if I would spend $175 on 7 movies that I've seen 20 times. But their little value set, for the common man, as it were, it's a little steep. I'll be honest. If it was $10 a movie or less, it'd be fine. I could be like, that's not bad, $10 a movie. I might have sprung for it if I knew that the Steelbook set was out of print for sure. And at that price, maybe I would eventually get the Steelbook set just because it's awesome and sell the crappy one, who cares? But for $100 right now, I'll happily either hope to get the Steelbook set at some point or wait a couple years, wear out these Blu-rays a few more times, and get the 4K set for half price on Black Friday or something like that. So let me know what you think. I've said that 4 times. Are you excited about this Nightmare on Elm Street set? I mean, in general, I'm sure you are if you're a horror movie fan. But the standard one, is it egregiously disappointing compared to the Steelbook set like it is to me? Let me know in the comments. Am I an idiot? Probably. But I hope to get the Steelbook set. I hope everyone can who wants it because it's fucking cool. We all want it, right? We've been waiting 10 years or so for this thing essentially to come out since Blu-ray's been around. It's crazy that it's been like 10 years basically. I think 9 years now. Or 4K, I mean. Not Blu-ray. Been like 20 years since Blu-ray came out, which is even crazier to think that. Let me know what you think. fifth time. Once again, my name is Derek, the Convicted Cinephile. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Talk, shop, pop, movies.